Welcome to H2K Infosys. H2K Infosys is a e-verify business based in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We provide 100% job-oriented, instructor-led, face-to-face, true live online software training programs. It also includes access to cloud test lab with software tools. We provide live project for you to work on. We also provide assistance with mock interviews, resume preparation and review, and job placement assistance. H2K Infosys is trusted by so many students across the world. H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT training with real-time project work for corporates and individuals, special IT training for MS students in the United States, software design, development, QA manual and automation, performance testing and maintenance, IT staff augmentation, job placement assistance, and tech support.
Okay, so that's the reason like why I asked you to create more scripts on this application, because these are the once you work with these different things, right? So you don't get any problems in real-time projects, because this is also a real-time application. So because most of the applications are web applications, so once you got the scripts, once you feel comfortable, you can work with any project, and also you can face the interview comfortably. Like once you work with these things, okay, you can answer any kind of questions, right? Because you have the practical experience how to deal with these. Then you remember the things better. Okay, if you don't have any questions, then I will go and explain the web table object, and then we'll move on to the recovery scenario. That's what Lavanya. I said, like, I'm going to explain the other methods for the web table object that answers your question. Okay, I pasted in the chat window if you want to know the logic. So you just keep it, you just copy paste and then do it, because this is a piece of code. I may not send the script. Okay. So now let's look at what are the different methods for the web table. So you can get, like I want to retrieve all this information, right? So what we do is better create an account with different fields, right? So that is some information. Thousands and there. Okay, for the time being, I created this information. All right, so now I got all this information, right? So if you want to read these multiple records, the values, so basically you can read, say, I row count, and then I column count. Okay, I row count, I column count. These are the different fields, and then first you need to get the row count. So like this is the object, right? So this is the sorry. So this is web table object, and now I want to get the row count, right? So dot, and then these are all the different methods. So you can say get row count. See, this is the row count returns the number of rows in the table. So select this, and then you are going to assign to this variable, so that it's going to store how many rows are there in that table. And then the next one is you can also get the column count. So column count, and then again you're going to use the table object. So this is the table object. And now you're going to get the column count. So there is a column count meant returns the number of columns in the table. And for the column count, like you have to mention the row, because for that particular row, you want to know how many columns are there, right? So that's what the argument is here, the row. So I'm going to keep, say for example, if you keep this, is going to give the column count. Okay. So this returns row count, and then this is going to give the column count from the table. And then you're going to keep this in the loop. Say for I is equal, okay, so you declare one more variable, say I, and then I is equal, you're going to say, you want to keep this in the loop, right? Say 0 to, for I is equal, first you need to, outside loop, you can keep that row count. 1 to row minus 1, because you are going to use the index. That's why you start with 0, and then you are saying row count minus 1, and then internally just you get the column count for that row. Okay, so this one I'm moving it to inside, so that it's going to get the column count. Here I'm going to pass I, because I is basically the row, right? So that it's going to get dynamically what's the column count for that particular row. And then what I do, the next one is the get cell data. So I use the get cell data. Now retrieve cell data. And dot get cell data. So the first one is the row, right? So row is nothing but I, and the column is, so you are going to get you need to put one more inside loop. Say for j is equal, and now you have to go through for the first row what are the different columns. So j is equal 0 to column count. And then, so you're going to move these. So this is the inside loop. There are two loops here. Okay, one is to get the row count, the other one is to get the column count, and then you're going to keep this one I, comma, j. Okay, so this one is also -1. Okay, so that way you can get multiple records. Let me comment this line, and let's look at here. I'm going to keep one message box. Then let me keep a breakpoint, so that way here I keep a breakpoint, and let's try to run and see like what happens at each line. That way you can better understand this logic. Okay, so let's try to run this. Okay, so now it comes to this row count, that's F11. And then, so you want to see how many rows are there. Copy and then paste it in the debug UF. Okay, it says there are 15 rows in the table. Fine. So I got the row count. Then I'm keeping that row count in the loop. So this is 0 to 14. That means 15 rows. Okay, because I'm using the index. So press F11. Now it comes to column count. So press F11. Oh, what happened? 0. Maybe I think you need not return this column count every time. So the logic I did first, I think that's more than enough. Then because the columns are not going to change, you may not get it dynamically. Okay, I keep this one inside the loop, and then I'm going to use that I column count here. Okay, let's try to run. F11 and F11. So if you want to see like how many columns are there, okay, it says there are 3 columns, and then press F11 so that it goes inside the loop, and then so now it went one more loop here, and then first what this loop is going to do, outside loop is going to get how many rows are there, so that it will loop through all the rows, and when it comes to the first row, then it's going to get all the field values. So basically what it's going to do is, the outer loop will iterate through the number of rows, right? So these are the number of rows, 15 rows. And the inside loop, for each row, it's going to get all the field values. So this is the first row, right? It's going to get all the field values. Okay, so that way, it's going to retrieve the field values, the inside loop. For that entire row, it's going to get, it route through all the columns, right? Because these are the 3 different columns for this row. So first it's going to get this value, then this value, and this value. Once it's done with this inside loop, then it come out and then move to the next row. That's what this logic is. Okay, it will iterate through the number of rows and get all column values. So structure doesn't exist. Account name, QA test 1002. Local name, test. So basically you're going to get all these values. Say, what I'm thinking is this portion is considered as this account name table. These fields will be considered as a different table. Okay, that's what it's giving these values one by one. Account name, QA test, local name test, and then the next one is going to say the annual revenue, and then the 1,000. So that is the third row. So this way, if you look through these iterations, okay, chapter F11, industry, aerospace, industry, aerospace, and then, okay, so this way, anyway, like you can neglect the first row. Actually, it says that that particular specific column doesn't exist. So what you can do is, instead of starting with 0, so you can start with 1, and also the columns also you can both the things, like you can start from 1 to 1. There is no 0th column. 0th column is basically empty. Okay, this is the 0th row. That's why it says the specified cell doesn't exist. Okay, the top row, it is empty, right? So somehow, like development team, when they developed the application, they started from the second row. And also here, they leave some space here. That's what it says, the cell doesn't exist or something. Okay. So you can always start with 1, 1 instead of 0, 0. 0 is first row and first column, so that doesn't exist. Okay. So that way, it's going to retrieve all the values. But anyway, like some of the things, like it's not, say, person responsible for, we didn't fill that information. That's why it's giving all the values, basically it's giving empty. Okay, so this is going to retrieve all the values. Okay, so that way, so if you give, yes, this is 1, instead of starting with 0, then that works better. So you don't get that kind of errors. This cell doesn't exist, that kind of thing. Okay, so this is the logic how you can get multiple records. Basically, you're getting the row count and the column count. And then the outer loop will iterate through the number of rows, and the inner loop will iterate through for each row. It's going to get the column values. Okay, so that's what you're keeping, get cell data I, comma j. Okay, j is the column count and I is the row count. Questions?
Hi, Sri, this is Meena. Can we write some of these values on an Excel sheet instead of writing it on a notepad? We can use the file system object and write it, but can we write it on an Excel sheet?
Yeah. You can store it in the data table and you can export it. That's the easiest way.
Okay. Okay, that instead of that would be a better method. You won't be able to create one using the file system object, right? That's mainly for text file.
Which one?
Can we create an Excel sheet, in a sense, create a new Excel sheet from the file system object, or?
You can do that. So you can create a .csv file that is equivalent to your Excel sheet.
Oh, the CSV file, okay.
Yeah. So you can create a CSV file and then you can write this data into. If you open CSV file, basically it's going to open in Excel sheet.
Excel sheet, yeah.
CSV
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, I'll try that and then we can. Thanks.
Yeah.
So in that way, then do we have to set next row, so it should write in one row after the other, right, for every record or something?
Yeah. So it's going to write row by row.
Row by row. Okay, thanks.
Okay. So what I want is that you people just play with 5-10 minutes on this web table object and just get back to me for any questions, and then we are going to discuss on the recovery scenarios. Okay. Just play with 10 minutes. Okay.
Can you send the
Just give me a couple of minutes. I'll be back. What's that? What's the question?
See, can you send this script through my mail, because your script I can't open.
No, I didn't send the script.
Okay. Okay, see. If you send, can you send it? Can you just can you just paste these 2 lines on that chat window, maybe just the row count stuff?
Okay. I do that. You can play with this. Okay. So that's the script. I think I didn't get the full one. After this get cell data, so these are the 2 things that's missing. No, I got the full thing. Okay. Yeah, I pasted in the chat window. Just play with this and try to understand the web table object. Then we'll continue. Okay. Just give me a couple of minutes.
So many of our students have given testimonials on how our training programs are. You will find them on kudzu.com and on our website h2kinfosys.com. On our website h2kinfosys.com, you will also find more detailed information on who we are, the courses that we offer, what each course covers. Also, if you're interested in a demo program, please register on our homepage on the left-hand side. Just give us more information about yourself and we will send you a link for a demo class. The demo class is absolutely free. Experience our commitment by just attending an orientation workshop at no cost. Our team of faculty and advisors are here to guide you with the right information. If you still have more questions, please feel free to call us. Call us at 770-777-1269. This is a United States number. If you're calling from the UK, call us at 020-337-17615. You can also email us at training@h2kinfosys.com or h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our videos. We wish you a great career in information technology.